Good evening and welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School basketball. And tonight it's girls basketball. East Brunswick taking on the Edison Eagle. Jimmy, East Brunswick comes in 8-1, having lost the first game to Piscataway, but they've been on a roll.
Yes, they have, and they've been putting together with an up-tempo game that you're going to see tonight that really makes them one of the best clubs in Middlesex County. They had that loss to Piscataway, which is above them in the standings. St. Peter's is the other top club, but Reggie Carney, the coach, of course, uses a lot of faces. We're going to have calling a lot of names tonight. They are led by Erica Weir, their center, but she's not by any means the only member of the cast. And she leads the team in scoring with 14 points, averaging 15 rebounds, and has really been the mainstay of this club. But you've got Karen Mataseski at the guard, Teresa Rossi is on the team, Lynn Regan, Jan Prespup, and they're going to go 12-13 deep. But as Phil is going to allude to, they're going up against a good Edison club.
Jimmy, this is not, as people have alluded to the last couple of weeks, this is not the same team, the East Brunswick team that lost to Piscataway.
And that's the point. You know, there was a new coach coming in Kearney. He had a new system, and he even said that opening up against a team like Piscataway, he didn't know what to expect. The team wasn't able to handle all the decisions that we don't see on the court necessarily, but have to be made. You can only do that by playing. He is really convinced now that this is a different team. There's more of a flow to the game. Phil, I was talking to Phil before the game. He says that they talk to each other, which is a good sign because you need communication in an up-tempo game that they play.
And Phil, now we move over to Edison. Edison comes in 7-2, one of the better teams in the GMC Red.
A surprising Edison team. They come in, as you say, John, 7-2. They just came off a fantastic victory over their arch rival, J.P. Stevens. And talk to Coach Jim Dickinson, who's been at Edison for about 30 years, coaching the basketball team the last 5 years, and he feels this is one of his better teams. His star for the team, if they have a star, is Melinda Darby. And remember her from last year. And Melinda Darby, she's averaging about 14 points a game, about 8 or 9 rebounds a game, and she's very tough. A little different from East Brunswick in that they like to play a slow tempo half-court game. So whoever sets the tempo may be in charge of this game, John.
All right, it's a big GMC Red Division matchup, East Brunswick and Edison, and we'll be back with start of the action in just a moment. Well, gentlemen, you see Reggie Carney, head coach of the Lady Bears, giving last-minute instructions. The Bears come in 8-1, and this should be a good one.
Yes, it should. Edison, a fine club, only lost to J.P. Stevens and Piscataway, the same club that East Brunswick lost to. Pretty close.
Madison.
Was it Madison Central? I'm sorry,
Madison
not J.P. Stevens.
Piscataway,
They
right.
beat J.P. Stevens.
Right.
Okay. Madison, a good club this year.
A very good club. Young lady by the name of Shadow leading that team there.
Okay, starting lineups were announced, and we'll go over them quickly for Edison. Melinda Darby's number 50, Megan Wachowski, number 30, Tracy Fox, 22, Donna Ura, 33, and Allison Rama, 44. East Brunswick with the same lineup. John, go ahead, pick up.
And Edison will control on the tip-off.
And the Bears are in the man-to-man right now.
Tracy Fox looking underneath. Shot from the outside by Darby, won't go. And rebound by Levine.
And she is one of the starters, along with Jan Prislip, Erica Weir, Lynn Regan, Karen Mataseski.
Back out to Mataseski. She'll take the shot off the glass, and it goes.
Wow, a bank shot off the glass from the side. Unusual.
Was that planned, Phil? There's a steal, huh?
Edison gets it back. Euro, number 33, bring the ball up. She'll give it back to Fox.
And Darby,
Inside.
we got Weir on Darby. Should be a good matchup right there.
Fox is the playmaker to Wachowski. Back out to Rommel. And they're going to move it around a bit.
Good defense by the Bears.
Edison being very patient at the moment. Fox will drive, won't go. Pulled down by Regan.
I'll tell you, Erica Weir left her man to give help on that play, and that's what paid off.
Mataseski on the pass, off the rim. Weir inside, back to Regan. Won't go.
You see that ball movement, John. That's the nice thing about East Brunswick.
And Edison will slow it down. Our score is 2-0. We're in the first period. And it looks like Fox is the playmaker for the Eagles. Steal. Great move by Jan Bristup. She'll take it right to the glass, and it'll go. East Brunswick on top 4-0.
I'll tell you, impressive move by Jan Bristup with the steal, driving down the lane and laying it up there.
Look at him talk.
Wachowski being pressured. Stolen by the Bears. That's Bristup.
You know, I'm going to keep a category here for turnovers because there's 3 already.
Inside for Weir, won't go. Edison on the turnover there. Down for Darby. Good defense by East Brunswick. Shot is made, and that's by Wachowski to make it 4-2. East Brunswick on top.
And Wachowski is one of the fine shooters. Both Tracy Fox and Wachowski can put the ball up in addition to Darby.
Great
Looking
pass.
inside for Regan. Yes, no foul.
Super pass.
You got
6-2.
Gotta like the movement of the ball by the Bears.
Darby will bring it down. Looking for some help. Underneath, Wachowski. 6-4.
They won't be able to let her loose.
And Wachowski's just a junior, and she's showing a fine touch early on.
Levine bringing it up. Mataseski inside for Regan.
Super
nice pass. 8-4.
Edison's going to have to get out of that defense that they're in.
Breakaway won't go for the Eagles, and here comes East Brunswick. Mataseski on the break. She'll pull it back out. Shot a little short. That was Prista. Follow-up by Levine.
Phil, they're just doing it with height here. Following up in the rebound and getting the open
positioning,
shot.
Jim. They're in the right spots. They're good positioning, and they're boxing out as well.
10-4 is our score. 3:55 left in the first period. East Brunswick on top. Darby having a rough time thus far tonight. On her own follow-up, still won't go. Mataseski will control it for the Bears.
And Kara in a more familiar role, bringing up the ball. We had Tammy Levine bringing it up before, and Kara on the wing, and now.
Shot from the outside, short. That was by Levine.
See a nice little battle going underneath between Erica Weir and Melinda Darby.
No doubt about it. Two of the better players in Middlesex County, and they are going at it.
Wachowski inside, back out to Darby. Off the side.
And Darby is off.
Rebound by Regan.
I have to think that Edison is going to have to make good on its first shot because East Brunswick does have a decided height advantage.
Okay, you see Tammy Levine up front. You see Kara Mataseski out on the wing here. So
setting up the play. Shot by Mataseski. Off the screen. Won't go. Regan on the follow-up and a foul by Darby.
And Miss Darby felt she had some of the ball, but the official right there, and it would be 2 shots.
Tammy Levine will sit, and Colleen King comes in, number 25.
And Jen, Lynn Regan, where'd she come from? I mean,
I have the same question, quite frankly, really, because she wasn't a familiar name to East Brunswick last year.
That's for sure.
But boy, she come on the scene.
Yeah.
She made the first. She'll get another. Bears on top by 7, 11-4. East Brunswick looking pretty strong thus far. As Regan puts up the second to make it 12-4.
Good foul shooting form. And as we had mentioned, East Brunswick will go 9, 10, 11, 12 deep, depending on the situation here.
Lori McGinnis comes in for Regan.
There's the cut.
Good pass underneath for Wachowski. Fox to Wachowski. 12-6.
I tell you, Fox, just a fine playmaker, seeing the open person and hitting her.
King brings it up. Gives it to McGinnis. Looks inside to Monteseschi. She'll go back inside. Darby on the steal. It'll be a foot race to the basket. Darby. I think that's her first point of the night.
You're right, John. And nice move by Darby. I thought she took one dribble too many down the bottom there, but worked out for her.
12-8 with 2 minutes left here in the first period. And they're going to say double dribble by Colleen King.
And Colleen King, just a freshman, and here in the game early on, so good experience for her.
A couple of freshmen used by Reggie Carney, Katie Whalen being another.
Fox brings it up. Inside the dart, stolen by Weir.
Ooh,
and she's
wow.
tripped.
Wow.
See how she is.
She took
a fall.
She took a fall and a half. Accidental trip up, I tell you. They called the foul. But Erica Weir's getting up.
And not a shooting foul, believe it or not. So East Brunswick gets it on the side.
That had Reggie jumping off the bench. Erica Weir up on her feet. She appears to be okay. Monteseschi inside to Weir. Won't go though. Good play by Euro. And Fox will bring it up for the Lady Eagles.
And the Eagles are in this game. They just have to take a better selection of shots.
Moving it around. They're looking inside for Darby. Darby staying outside, however. Fox looks. Yeah,
good
she
movement.
looked inside. And a foul as Erin Quayla went up.
And it's called on Erica Weir. Non-shooting out on the side.
Block. Fox saves it for Edison. And she'll get it back. And they're going to call travel. So with 1:06 left here in the first period, East Brunswick will get the ball. They lead 12-8. And McGinnis will put it in play.
They're going to stay. Edison's going to stay with that 3-2 zone, Phil. They're not about ready to get out of that.
Looking for Weir inside. She gets it. Uses the backboard nicely.
It's her first 2 points.
Foul by Monteseschi. Backcourt foul.
I believe that's their first.
No, that's
East Brunswick's first, second team foul?
I believe it's the third, Jim.
Okay.
Sarah Baker is in for Karen Monteseschi. Long toss down court.
Fox controls that ball very nicely.
A foul is called as Wachowski. It'll be a shooting foul.
And Sarah Baker trying to make the block and committing the foul right there. But a good effort. And
Tracy Fox is,
Megan Wachowski at the
yeah,
line.
Right.
And Dickinson says she's just an excellent point guard and a fine outside shooter.
Makes the second to make it 14-9 with 45 seconds left in the first period. East Brunswick finally gets it in. King looking for some help as they're being pressed now.
They better call timeout here. They're not going to get it across.
And they do underneath.
Tell you what.
And a foul, travel is called against McGinnis.
And the Edison coaches thought perhaps that they held him to that 10 seconds. Not quite, though.
Tammy Levine will come back in. McGinnis will take a rest. And Lynn Regan will come back in. Jan Brisdip will take a breather. 35 seconds remaining, first period.
Edison sends that player down the court, try to break that press. It's worked a couple of times.
25 seconds. Turnover by Edison. 15 seconds remaining. East Brunswick by 5, 14-9. Levine.
They're going to have to get the shot up.
And they're going to call a travel. So with 3 seconds left, Mataseski will come in and King will take a rest. Quickly down court, looking for Darby.
And you know, they went off Darby's hand right there, and a good thing because East Brunswick would have had the ball down here.
All right, no time off the clock, nevertheless.
3 seconds. They're going to have to get it up.
Levine hesitated, 1 second, she puts it up. That'll end the first period, and while we have a break in the action, we have Coach Reggie Carney mic'd up, and let's listen in as he talks to his team.
All right. Now, in there, getting wide, looking for the ball, you've got to be animal this. All right, this quarter, you've got to be an animal. All right, the biggest problem, like I'm saying to Colleen, is this again. Point guards, you're not penetrating at all. All right, so take a side, all right. There's Kara, all right. Now, with the post players, all right, let's say again we have Jan, we have Lynn, and we have Erica, all right. Lynn, come up to the foul line. So if we don't, yeah, because if we can't get any penetration out of the guards, no big deal. What we do is, the guards got to come to a side. Now, we have Lynn there, Erica high-low looking duck in, okay? Don't be looking for the outside, Jan, more so be looking to get in here, all right? All right, same group that started out, let's go. Come on, team. All right, 1, 2, 3, team. Come on, a lot of defense.
Well, Phil, Reggie wants a little more production out of those point guards.
A little more production out of the point guard. Says, don't worry about if we can't get the penetration up the middle, we want to get it out onto the wings here and get something going from there.
I'll tell you what, though, Phil, really, control is and everything else that you want from a coach is in that huddle.
Shot wide by Prissa. Back out to Levine. To Weir. Weir's been kind of quiet thus far.
Well, just 2 points for her.
Mataseski
Darby
looks
sitting
inside to Regan. 16-9 as we start the second period.
I'll tell you, Kara Mataseski, her passing game is improved vastly. She's seeing the whole court and making some awful nice assists.
Regan has half of the East Brunswick's points.
And that's off assists from Mataseski mostly.
Foul on Prista. Reaching in. 4th team foul.
Yes.
Rommel picks up the deflection to make it 16-11. East Brunswick by 5.
Yeah, Edison's hanging in there.
Mataseski driving, tries to get it to Weir. Wachowski will give it back to Fox.
This time the Lady Bears get back.
And you see Edison with that double low post. And many of her points coming off from those players down there.
Darby will check in for Edison. Fox put up a three-pointer that wouldn't go, but it was off East Brunswick. Inside for Rommel.
And the Eagles hanging right in here.
It's a different ball game now, 16-13. Edison has come back. Prista looks for Weir. Weir's got it, and they're going to call a foul inside on Rommel. Darius is going to come in for Prista.
And Richie Carney's been very high on Danny Veras. Says she is one of the most steadily improving players on the team.
Mataseski struggling, fighting. And
good defense
turnover
by the Eagles. Just great defense by the Eagles, swarming all over.
Fox now.
And the Bears in his zone defense now. Back to 2-3.
Underneath the Rommel, won't go this time. Darby, and she's tied up. What are they going to call?
Jump ball, possession goes to
Edison.
I think Carney's going to call
And a
timeout.
timeout, East Brunswick.
Yeah. And he's a little upset with the way things are going. East Brunswick was utilizing its height advantage at the beginning of the game, but Edison has clogged the middle. And
we don't know what you're playing man-to-man, you four are playing 2-3 zone. Doesn't something look a little weird when somebody's missing and there's a person all alone under the basket? We're in man-to-man right now. Down this end, we've got to get ball movement. What are they doing? They're triple teaming Erica. They're not stupid. You're up the top, okay? They're in basically a 1-3-1 cheating type thing. So Kara, slide up a little bit instead of being at the wing, get more towards the elbow, okay? Come on, relax out there. We've got to play tougher defense, man-to-man, all right? Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense. Come on.
Well, Jim, no argument who's the coach.
No, he's in charge, and control is the name of the game, but Reggie makes the observation that they have to play better defense. And you can see they're getting too many rebounds now.
Weir on the rebound.
And Phil, they made the observation about triple team and Erica Weir.
It's reflected in the score, and Erica has split 2 points, and she's averaging nearly 15 points per game now. And as of late, she's been scoring nearly 30 points.
Inside to Regan, block, and they're gonna call a foul.
And that was the correct play on that. Lynn Regan playing up on top. Weir was clearing out the inside, so she had a clear shot to the foul line.
And you take a good look at Lynn Regan, and she has 8 points at this juncture, Jim, and we're going to try to find out a little more information on the young lady for our next airing, because she's a force that we hadn't recognized last year, and she's making quite a difference.
Makes the first. So far, she's perfect from the line. 3 for 3. Makes it 17-13 East Brunswick. 5:48 remaining here in the second period. And she keeps her perfect record going. She's got 10 points. Here's Fox. She's dangerous. She put it up. And they're going to call a foul right here.
Late whistle, though, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Against Varus. She kind of gave Fox a little welcome.
After she shot the ball, and that's why the whistle was a little bit late, but they're going to give her 2 points. She's going to shoot 2. And as I said, Tracy Fox is the point guard for this team. She's the quarterback who sets up everything, and a fine outside shooter herself.
Her back's bothering her. When she went down hard, she's still holding her back.
Regan comes up with the rebound, gives it to Levine. Here's to Varus, inside to Regan again. And there's Weir underneath. She's fouled by Darby, and it goes.
And Darby caught an elbow in the nose at the same time.
Well, Miss Darby's having a rough night of it tonight so far.
I almost thought that pass inside was forced to Regan, but Lynn was able to grab it and make the quick turnaround pass to Weir. Yeah, good hands.
And Darby is in the Never Land right now. Now you have Coach Dickinson looking at her, but she has to be seeing some stars.
Now she'll take a seat for a moment. I'll tell you how good a quality this Edison team is this year. Last year, I remember listening or doing a game where the point guard was Suzanne Lakatos. She's on the JVs now.
Wow.
So you have some new players emerging. As a matter of fact, Lakatos is sitting on the end of the bench right now. Could see some action, but
Weir at the line. Off the rim. Saved by Varus. Monaseski looking, gets it back into Weir. Good move to the hoop.
That was a nice move.
Back out to Monaseski, who's got the open shot. In and out. Weir again.
You see that foul.
Varus, and she's fouled underneath by Rommel.
And give Erica Weir an assist on getting that rebound.
I'll tell you, Erica Weir coming down with 3 big rebounds. None of them went in, but she showed what a force she is on the boards there. And Erica Weir has improved her game all the way around, and we'll talk a little bit, one of the reasons for that a little bit later.
Danielle Varus at the line. She'll shoot 2. East Brunswick on top, 20-13. And we're in the bonus situation for both teams.
Darby and Rommel with 2 fouls each for Edison, so those two have to watch it. There's 5:10 left in the quarter.
The southpaw won't make it go this time. Edison controls. Wachowski looking for some help. Goes across court.
Edison moves the ball nicely.
Won't go this time for the Eagles. Monteseschi with the rebound. She'll take it up. Good pass underneath to Levine. Little short. And Euro with the rebound.
You're right, Jim. This Edison team is a well-coached team as well, and they're just not giving up. They're sticking right in there.
It's good ball movement.
Fox to Euro. Euro driving. Now give it back to Fox. She'll put it up. Short. Wachowski. Bring it back out. Euro looking inside. Gives it right to Regan.
Ware got a piece of that.
Levine. Across for Veras. Too much.
One, she would have got it to her a minute sooner, second sooner, she would have hit her.
All right, some substitutes for East Brunswick. McGinnis comes in. So does Brissop.
And Reggie Carney not shy about substituting.
It's a fast-paced game, and it's easily for players to be fatigued.
Inside of 4 minutes remaining. East Brunswick by 7, 2013. East Brunswick playing good defense here. Fox just throws it up. And we're on the rebound, outside to Monteseschi. She'll take it, a little too strong.
There's out front.
Good heads up.
Good lead pass. And the basket is missed
And
by
Weir
Tudor.
crashing the boards.
Erica Weir slowly making her presence felt now.
Stephanie Tudor missing the layup. Weir on the rebound, and now East Brunswick will slow it down a little bit, get back into a rhythm. Going inside to Regan. She's got the paint all by herself.
Ooh, nice move.
Oh, won't go.
I gotta like that move.
I'll tell you, the Eagles a little bit smaller, but very aggressive under the boards themselves. Good move.
And a foul inside as Qualia goes to the boards.
And Lynn Regan will be called for the foul.
Her first.
And you look at Erin Quaglia, she's a freshman. And Coach Dickinson said he doesn't mind putting her anywhere. She can play anywhere.
This is the first.
And this is
Katie Whalen.
She's the other freshman, and she's being highly touted also.
She's a freshman, Jim. And you know who she's related to, do you not?
You were talking about it before the game.
Rich Whalen, former quarterback for the Bears. I think, John, during your time, right?
Yeah, he was a year after me. So we're both 25. Nice save by McGinnis, but she was on the line. Good hustle. 2014's our score with 2:45 left in the second period. East Brunswick by 6. East Brunswick comes in 8-1, Edison 7-2. This is Fox for the Eagles. Stolen, or partially stolen anyway by Brissop. Euro gets it back and goes across. There's Fox.
Yeah, they're looking for that open.
They do, they certainly do. They do it very well.
And Whalen has it.
There's the open shot.
Brissop off the rim. And again, McGinnis showing good hustle.
Good hustle by McGinnis, almost coming up with the steal.
King comes in for McGinnis.
Another freshman, Colleen King, and Colleen just happens to have the principal of the high school as her father, Charlie King.
Looks like Darby's getting ready to come back in for Edison. Good pass inside to Tudor.
They're looking inside every time.
It's just good movement,
Right,
good
East
passing.
Brunswick is going to have to adjust.
It's not surprising after 7-2, Jim, because they play good, solid
You can see it.
ball.
Prissip inside to Weir, back out to King. She's there.
And they're collapsing on Weir.
And Whalen is fouled.
Wow, almost a bucket there.
Yeah, they're collapsing on Weir, and I think part of the scheme of things for the Bears is going to have to be, when they do that, just hit the open person. If 2 and 3 people are collapsing in on Eric or Weir, somebody has to be open, put it out to the wing and put it up.
Mataseski back in for Prissip. And Whalen will go to the line. She'll shoot one. She's in the bonus. A little short on that.
Just a little tight. She'll loosen up.
I think nearly every player on the East Brunswick bench has seen action so far.
They're going to put Phil in criticism.
Okay.
Darby back in for Edison. And they did quite well while she was on the bench.
There's that inside play.
Well, yeah. I mean, Stephanie Tudor, number 41.
They're probably going to call Quaglia on that one. She came in strong on the boards. Edison's going to have to watch it. There's been a lot of fouls on their part. They're way over the limit. Both teams are.
Barris will go to the line for East Brunswick. 1:27 left in the period. And we're in the bonus situation. And won't go this time for her. Darby will clear it out. And Euro will bring it up. 20-16 is our score. East Brunswick by 4. Good defense by Whalen. Helped by Mataseski.
Bears back to man-to-man.
Inside a minute left. Edison looking inside as they have been all night. There's Euro, she'll put it up.
Thought she was fouled on that.
Tudor is fouled, and I think they'll call it on Weir. And it is on Erica Weir.
That's her second.
Tudor will go to the line.
Stephanie Tudor, she's a senior for the Eagles, and another player that Dickinson says he doesn't mind playing anywhere. So he has a lot of players that are interchangeable, and they apparently have served this team well.
Tammy Levine in for Katie Whalen.
And no one's hitting foul shots tonight, Jim.
Yeah. Well, Lynn Regan's 4 for 4, but that's been it.
Yeah. This has hurt Edison this first half anyway. Tudor makes that one to make it 20-17. So the Bears by 3 with 40 seconds left before halftime.
Oh, only 3.
And Weir inside, back out to Levine. That was King to Mataseski.
Surprised that Weir is still in there.
Shot is made by Levine. 22-17.
Tammy Levine.
20 seconds remaining. Into Darby. Darby will take the long shot. Won't go. Rebound Edison.
Why not?
That's right. Lukowski took a shot, and they're going to call traveling by Colleen King.
You know, Darby, if she was smart on that play, would have driven on Erica Weir. Erica has 2 fouls on her.
5 seconds, and Reg is pulling everyone back, about half court, Phil. Euro, 2 seconds, 1. And that'll end the first half, and our score, 22-17. East Brunswick by 5. Gentlemen?
Well, I tell you, the story of the game has been defense, certainly by both teams. When you consider that Erica Weir, I believe, has 4 points for the Bears.
That's correct.
And Darby, has she scored?
Darby has but 2 points.
2 points for the Eagles. So both the leading scorers, teams have collapsed down on both of them, and thereby, you know, it's been a defensive struggle. Both teams seem to be somewhat off in their shooting at this point, but you can expect it to heat up the second half.
That's right, and the defense has been solid on both parts. The thing that impresses me about Edison, John, is looking for the open player. And that's how they scored their points.
Well, at one point, Edison was down 11-4. They were only trailing by 5 here at the half, 22-17. A lot more action to come. This is going to be the kind of game we thought it would be. And we'll be back with that second half in just a moment. All right, as we get ready for the second half, Jimmy, I know you have some scoring there, unofficial as it is.
Yeah, 22-17 is the halftime score here, and Lynn Regan, far and away the leading scorer for the Lady Bears with 10 points. Both Erica Weir and Tammy Levine have 4. Kara Mataseski has 1 bucket, as does Jan Prista. And that's the scoring for East Brunswick. Megan Wachowski has 8 points to lead at the Lady Eagles, followed by Allison Rommel with 4. Stephanie Tudor has 3, and Melinda Darby has but 2. And as Phil alluded to at the end of the second quarter, the high scorers aren't the leading scorers in this game.
Well, here we go. Edison will inbound it to start this third period. They trail by 5, 22-17, as Jimmy mentioned, and a steal by Levine.
She can take it in herself here.
And off the glass won't go. A missed opportunity.
Tammy got under a little bit too far and just
there's Darby.
and you see Erica shadowing her.
Out of bounds.
So apparently part of Edison's plan is regardless to get the ball down to Darby, and they've been trying to force it in seemingly, and to no avail.
Well, I was listening to Coach Reggie Carney at half. He was, as you know, was mic'd up and he was talking on the sideline. He's looking to maybe try a little backdoor play now and then, as Edison is coming out up top to meet East Brunswick on when they are on offense. Good play defensively by Levine on the steal.
And another steal.
And that sloppy play that we kind of saw a little bit in the first half seems to be coming back again.
That was a nice try by Euro, except that she wanted to go to the basket before she had the ball. Very sloppy game now at this point.
I think both teams were somewhat tight and whatnot. They know it's a big game, and I expect them to settle down. I really do.
Prissa in and out. Tudor on the rebound, and Fox will bring it up. We'll see if Edison goes back looking to the inside where they had some success in the second period.
Good pass.
Inside for Tudor. She has nowhere to go with it.
That was nice defense by the Lady Bears.
Levine comes up with it over to Mataseski. She's driving, looking down. Nice pass to Weir, to Regan, and they're going to call up and down.
Traveling. And
should have taken the shot,
I'll
Phil.
tell you right, one pass too many by Erica Weir. Erica was underneath and had the open shot and passed it off. In that case, she should have went right up with it.
East Brunswick, a relatively young team. They've got some strong underclassmen. And so you may be seeing some of that inexperience.
Right, good mixture of experience and inexperience.
Darby way out on the post, and that's not going to help Edison much.
Somebody's open underneath. But East Brunswick's collapsing. They've made the adjustment on that backdoor play.
They're seemingly giving them something and taking it back, Jim.
Yeah.
So they're sort of a cheating defense at this point.
Shot from the outside, Mataseski. And a good follow-up by Regan. Yeah. 24-17, East Brunswick by 7.
And these are starting to be big buckets now.
Stolen by Mataseski. So East Brunswick's playing good D this third period as they try to get their offense in gear. Levine looking for Regan, won't go. Wachowski. Fox has an open shot. She'll take it short. Saved by Euro.
It's a nice save.
There's Darby inside against Weir.
Woo!
Nice move.
Great move. Great move.
24-19.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if she wakes up, East Brunswick's going to have some trouble. But she's been quiet.
And the same can be said for Erica Weir.
Right.
There's Regan giving it to Weir.
That's the passing you want to see.
And that's my point. If Erica wakes up and they get it down low to her and she starts using her very strong move, they're going to walk away.
26-19, East Brunswick by 7.
Wow.
Oh, Wachowski was wide open.
It's a great pass
And
by Tracy Fox.
Somebody left the man.
Well, they're putting a lot of pressure up front, and to make that adjustment.
The gambling.
Yeah.
Levine to Prisup. Monaseski will put it up and hits.
It's only her 4th point, 2nd bucket.
Actually, it's her 3rd, Jim.
Is it?
6 points for Kara.
By herself is Wachowski again. (28-21's our score. Bears by 7. 3:50 remaining 3rd period, and a foul against Euro. Veras will come in for Regan, and Teresa Rossi makes her first appearance tonight for Tammy Levine.
And Teresa Rossi, the soccer All-American. We certainly want to congratulate her on that, and I understand going to Georgian Court.
Yes. Rossi wastes no time putting it up. Weir fights in and gets the bucket.
Erica Ware, nice strong move in the middle, and Erica, she's gotten a lot stronger from last year. And I asked Coach Reggie Carney what has been some of the improvement in the team, and he mentioned Erica Ware and mentioned the fact that his assistant coach, Tanya Woods, who is the 1,000-point scorer from Metuchen and also went on to St. Peter's and Miami, has been working with Erica exclusively, and it's paid off.
Erica was also the beneficiary of some fine summer experience playing for the New Jersey State AAU team in Louisiana.
By the way, Darby has 3 personal fouls, and we have 3:41 left here in the 3rd period. Rossi will look for some help. And she gets it into Weir to Prisup. Good ball movement, just won't go. And Darby comes down with the rebound.
I'll tell you, Linda Darby is really doing a job there, considering that she's got about 3 or 4 players on the same height.
Fox, nice move inside. Uses all of the glass to put it in. East Brunswick's lead cut to 7, 30-23 with 3:10 left, 3rd period. Monaseski, she's got to get across the line. She does. And they're going to call a foul on Fox. I'll tell you, Phil, I like the way this Tracy Fox plays.
Tracy Fox is like I said, she's the quarterback for that team, and she plays good ball defensively and offensively. Doesn't waste any motion.
Monaseski to get it into Rossi. Back to Monaseski. She'll try to baseline. Dumps it to Weir. Weir on a turnaround.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Well, Erica's come alive with 3 buckets in this period.
Blocked by Monaseski. And there is Wachowski all by herself again. She misses. Darby on the follow-up. And Weir with the rebound.
Oh, that hurt.
Sometimes you can
2-on-1 break. Monaseski, short. Maybe a timeout will be in order.
That's a 9-point lead for East Brunswick.
Blocked by Weir.
And you're right, Jimmy. Weir has come alive both offensively and defensively. And the Eagles, they had a shot. They were too wide open, and that's what happened, Jim. They couldn't believe it and just blew it.
Regan. Prisup will take a seat as Edison will inbound under their own basket. Looking for Darby, knocked away, but controlled by Fox.
Somebody's open underneath.
Tudor to Darby. Darby using her body, and a foul will be called on Weir.
And Darby a little frustrated, not simply from missing that shot nor being fouled, but I think just the fact of how the game's going. that she hasn't been able to really get into her game.
And Erica Weir picks up her 3rd foul, so both she and Darby in foul trouble with 3 apiece.
And Darby throws up a brick, and like I said, Darby's been averaging nearly 15 points per game, and she's just not on today.
We'll go over to East Brunswick, 2:10 remaining. Bears by 9, 32-23. Christoph inside for Regan. Darby steps in.
Ill-advised pass there.
Darby knocks down 2 East Brunswick players.
I think Levine hurt her hand on that play.
Levine is hurt. I think her wrist.
She's hurt very much. She's in
Yeah,
pain.
she went down
quite
hard.
Some pain. I think
she went down hard on her hand.
I think she may have jammed that wrist into the court, and it's bandaged already, so she may have re-injured it.
You can tell she's in a little bit of discomfort here.
Jill Hostler coming over.
She's in quite some pain, I tell you.
She'll go right into the locker room where they'll try to immobilize it.
Okay.
All right, we have 1:50 remaining in 3rd period. East Brunswick by 9, 32-23.
It looks like
and the ball
Lori
will...
McGinnis, John, will take Levine's place.
And East Brunswick will bring it up court.
High
Regan,
post.
nice pass to Prissup.
She didn't have
Barris
the
on the
angle,
follow-up.
And Barris in the land of the Giants, putting the ball back up for 2.
And I believe this is the first time Erica Weir has sat down tonight.
Right, Jim.
Regan playing the high post. So you saw a little bit of a different offense there. And East Brunswick, John, has an 11-point lead now.
With 1:28 remaining, 3rd period, 34-23. McGinnis looking inside and gets it to Darby, who
There's that outlet pass.
has Witkowski on the lead, and she misses again.
Yeah, Megan's having trouble with that
the
fast break.
Right, the second one that she's blown where she's been out there by herself.
And Darby picks up a foul, a needless foul, quite honestly.
And that's her 4th.
She crashes the board.
And Darby's still rubbing her mouth. She's still smarting from that elbow she caught in the mouth before. I don't know if a tooth is loose or what, but she seems to be very concerned about it.
All right, McGinnis for the Bears. Taveras across to Mataseski, off the rim. .50 seconds remaining. Baglio puts up a long one off the rim. Her own follow-up won't go. Regan on the rebound.
So they're not falling for Edison this time.
Mataseski.
It's a crossover dribble.
Prissup driving. She's got 3 players on her. Someone's open.
There's Varys inside.
And stolen by Edison, and a foul's going to be called on Varys.
I'll tell you what, Danielle Varys, a sophomore, she impresses me. I think she's got the makings of a really fine player.
She's a toughie, that's for sure, and it's been very aggressive.
And number 51, is that pronounced Keisha?
Keisha Weir.
Keisha Weir comes in.
And apparently Erica's sister.
Oh, not apparently, she is. Sophomore.
And East Brunswick comes up with the turnover. That's Whalen. To Ware.
Nice pass.
To Regan.
Nice pass. Looking for that outlet.
I'm sorry.
Coming in, showing her good floor sense.
Right.
I said it was Whalen. It was actually Sarah Baker, number 20. And that'll end the third period. The Bears on top by 13, 36-23.
And I would say primarily because Erica Weir asserted herself in that third period. East Brunswick was better able to establish its own tempo, and they have the 13-point lead now, John.
Let's listen to Reggie Carney.
Okay, that's all we have to do. All right, now, down here, listen, when you see they're in man-to-man, all right, we're just going to run triangle, all right? If there's too much pressure to run triangle, then we're going to run 2-dame or 1-4 low. 1-4 low means Kara or one of the guards will be by herself. Everybody is spread out along the box. We beat the girl one-on-one. Whoever picks the ball handler up, we take it in low, all right? Same group that was on the floor, start out. Same group, start out. Come on, give me some tough defense, all right? Win. 1, 2, 3, win.
Okay, John, you heard what Coach Reggie Carney said, so could you tell?
I'll tell you what, though, it's really just a calming influence, and that's what he tries to do, give his players, is a calm sense that things are under control, and that's translated on the court.
I'm still waiting for your analysis, Bill.
He says,
I tried to pick up the ball on that one.
No, he says it all. I mean, it's not anything esoteric.
And Tammy Levine has come out of the trainer's room. Her arm is all bandaged up. She's on the sidelines here. And it looks like she will be getting some further medical treatment.
Okay. That was Lynn Regan again. Yep. Lynn Regan again scoring that.
To make it 38-23, East Brunswick by 15 now as we enter this last period. And Darby is not in there for Edison.
Well, she has 4 fouls on her, John, but I think Edison at this point really needs to have her presence. And they really can't be playing the half-court offense that you're seeing either.
And you see Tammy Levine leaving with the, appears to be her mom's, and she's heading for the locker room.
Yeah, that arm is, or wrist is heavily wrapped, and I'm sure she's going to go for x-rays and some further treatment. And we hope that all is not that serious with Tammy. As Fox goes to the line.
Regan was the one that picked up that foul, by the way.
38-25 is our score. And Erica Weir comes back in.
And let's see if Erica can assert herself again.
Regan to Baker. Looking inside to Weir. Weir has the baseline. She'll give it to Barris. Barris is fouled. I'm sorry, gave it to her sister.
Her sister, yeah. Keeping it all in the family. I'll tell you, Jim, we talked a little bit earlier about the difference in this East Bear team, and one of the things is communication. You hear those girls yapping to each other out on the court, talking to each other, and in any sport, when you can communicate like that, that means you're functioning as a team.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa missing the first. Edison is in trouble in terms of fouls, 5 team fouls, so East Brunswick gets the bonus. And puts that through all net. Makes it 39-25, Bears by 14.
And that's another turnover.
And I think if you're gonna make a run, Jim, you gotta put Darby in now. Down by 14 with 6:40 left in the game. And Keisha Weir showing some strength, Phil.
Quick whistle, Edison's gonna get the ball.
Sally Muracek comes in for Edison, number 24. And Euro gets a break. This is Muracek bringing it up.
This is her first action tonight, is it not?
Yep. Weir good defense as she knocks it away. Monteseschi picks it up. And Fox knocks it away. Baker will get it into Weir.
Okay, this is a set
Give
play
and go.
with Monteseschi underneath. Went off her leg. Now they're going to give it to Edison. Excuse me, East Brunswick.
Went off Muracek. Bears still by 14. And Baker will inbound. And a timeout, East Brunswick.
And John, I'll tell you, we've been listening to Coach Reggie Carney. He seems to have things pretty well in hand. But I want to tell you, what a coup for East Brunswick to get someone as the caliber of Reggie Carney. And I talked to him earlier today and asked him about being back in high school basketball. He says he's just glad to be back. He says college sports isn't all what it's caked up to be. It's all about recruiting, and he wants to get back where you can teach the fundamentals. And for the people who don't know about Reggie Carney, and practically everybody does, here's a guy that while at Hoffman had 296 victories and 37 losses. He had 5 Group 1 state championships and won the overall state champion tournament of champions in 1988-89. He's a winner. He won his 300th game here at East Brunswick several weeks ago. So East Brunswick's very fortunate.
He's certainly not hurting his overall record with East Brunswick coming in 8-1 tonight.
That's correct.
Weir on the steal. And then she'll pull up, looks across for Regan. Regan off the iron.
So Reggie has
And
already won his,
Darby,
over
Jim.
his 300th. Yes, she's back in. So he already has his 300th victory.
That he does.
Career victory.
That he does.
Quaglia from long distance downtown, and
The Weirs
Keisha Weir
are on
on the Weir sisters are
Weir
cleaning the
sisters.
boards there. Monteseschi, she'll take it.
There's a two-pointer.
And Karen Monteseschi, we haven't heard a whole lot of her scoring-wise this year, but again, she's shooting over 50% this year, and she is the floor leader.
Right, truly the outside threat for the Lady Bears.
41-25, East Brunswick by 16. And some substitutions for both Edison and East Brunswick. Euro comes in, as what does King for the Bears. Baker will take a rest. 5:11 remaining in the game. East Brunswick, as we've said, by 16 at this point.
Phil, we've seen a lot of wholesale substitutions by East Brunswick throughout the game. You think, as they've been pulling away in this second half, that maybe fatigue's been a factor?
I think it's just part of Reggie Carney's system. I think he's so successful because he doesn't think about just today. He thinks about what's going to happen tomorrow, and he's starting now to build for next year. So he's getting a lot of players in there to get that experience. He can afford to do it right now. Of course, he's winning, but that's how you build the program. And
Monteseschi, shot won't
it's just
go.
part of his system.
That was a nice rebound by Weir.
Phil, just to pick up on that, one thing we saw with Reggie during the JV game was that he was right there on the bench helping Tanya Woods out.
Well, you know, he's a basketball addict, and when you can't get enough of it. And anyone that's been as successful as he has is there all the time. And he's had some great players. You think of Lynn Oost, the Krasinski twins, Lisa Smith. He has great players, but he's also a component, advocate of the team concept. And the good players will come out of it.
Nice steal.
And
by
East
Regan.
Brunswick has played great defense this second half. As evidenced by the score, we have 4:30 left in the game. Monteseschi driving and fouled by Darby, and that may be it for her, Jim.
And when you look out on the Bears and at the Bears right now, and consider that they have, let's see, 2 sophomores, a freshman, a junior, and I think 2 juniors on the floor. So
Well, you got Erica, she's the senior.
Erica's a junior.
Is she a junior?
She's a junior, sure.
And some changes for East Brunswick. Darby fouls out. Not a good night for her. Not a typical night for Darby.
Darby, and if you can see her on the bench, very frustrated. They've collapsed down on her. She never did get her rhythm. She got bumped in the mouth, and it's been a tough night for her all the way around.
And Mataseski puts it in to make it 42-25.
But I tell you, with Darby, you know she's a good one, and she will rebound. And Kara seemingly has played a lot of ball during the summer and whatnot. She's slimmed down quite a bit from last year, and looks like she's in good basketball form.
I'll tell you what, there's not one player on this team that is not in game shape, believe me. If you're going to play with Carney, you better shed the excess luggage if you want to keep up with this tempo.
East Brunswick doing a number on Edison now defensively.
Well, they got the 18-point lead.
4 minutes remaining. Fox. That's the first basket for Edison in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
King will get it to Mataseski. Inside of 4 minutes now left in the game. East Brunswick by 14, 43-27.
Mataseski's got the lane.
Oh.
And nice move there.
Hey.
That's a sophomore.
That's a sophomore, and that's moves from drilling, from doing it over and over, starting, as I pointed out before, and the early grades at St. Bart's to the playgrounds, and it pays off.
I think they're going to catch Priest up on that foul. That's her second. Lakatos and Mika are entering the lineup. This is their first action tonight.
For Edison.
Turnover. That should be East Brunswick's possession.
Well, you know, Jim, we've talked about this in other sports, but you don't have to go far for competition. I mean, just looking at GMC Red, whether it be boys or girls.
That's right.
Tell you what, there's a lot of good teams. For a while, it was St. Peter's and Hoffman as the two clearly best teams. St. Peter's is still up there, but now the
foul on
Mataseski's making a living just driving this last period. As a matter of fact, she's got 12 points, 11 points this half.
Wow, she's come alive.
Yeah.
And East Brunswick by 20, 47-27.
And Kara comes from just a great basketball family. Keith and Mark, I believe it was Mataseski, and
yes.
Well, we talk about the ladies program. They have another showdown coming up with Piscataway next week, I believe.
And I'm sure they can't wait to get back.
Piscataway, I believe, with they're undefeated or one loss, maybe.
48-27 as Mataseski makes the three-point play complete. Inside of 3 minutes now.
And opportunistic, Kara.
Viras to Mataseski. She'll put it up. Short this time, but Prisup is right there. Won't go. Viras. And a foul.
And
it's going to be on Edison over the back. We don't have the name of that young lady, number 43.
They're going to come down this end and shoot. So actually, the foul's not on her, is it? She's going to, well, they're going to call that foul on 43 for East Brunswick.
Oh. So it's on Weir.
Which would be her fourth.
Quaglia misses to make it 48-27 still with 2:40 left in the game.
This is Joni Ivan. This is her first action and a little excited.
It's nice to have that bench, that depth.
21-point lead for East Brunswick, John. Depth wins out in this one.
And East Brunswick crashing the boards now.
I don't think there's any doubt that Melinda Darby, Phil mentioned she got that shot in the first half. She might be still smarting from that. But give credit to Erica Weir and the rest of the big players for East Brunswick for really causing Melinda Darby to get out of her game, and that's really been the story for East Brunswick with this margin.
Is that Leanne Zamora?
Yes, 43, Liana Zamora.
That's Whalen. Out to Rossi. Rossi.
She's open.
To Ivan, who'll take the shot and it's foul, and it'll go.
Nailed. Puts it through.
Well, welcome to the game, Joan. She hung in there tough.
I believe Licata was the one that fouled. Licatos.
1:54 remaining. East Brunswick by 23.
And a game that was fairly close at half. The Bears just walked away with it, John.
East Brunswick was only in the lead by 5 at half.
Right.
And came out that second half filled with defense, and the offense started to put it together. And Darby really wasn't much of a factor tonight for Edison.
Teresa Rossi.
Rossi, nice approach just off the back of the rim.
Tapped out by King. It was a nice tap out.
And East Brunswick keeps it alive. I'll tell you, this unit's playing pretty nice for East Brunswick.
Well, they have the depth, and you got to remember they play each other in practice, so they're glad to be out there.
1:20 remaining in the game. And Edison with their substitutes in.
Well, they're conceding the game, obviously. And I'll tell you what, this is a victory, a concise victory against a team that was 7-2, having knocked off some quality clubs along the way.
And there was some talk in the local papers anyway about a lack of respect for East Brunswick's record. And they said Edison and the Piscataway may prove where East Brunswick is.
Well,
I think they're
remain
there.
to see about Piscataway. That'll be the measuring stick thus far.
Jim, but I got to think they're pretty well positioned.
They are
in terms of tournament play.
But well, and that's the key. You want to know what the goal of this team is. When I talked to Erica Weir last night, she says to get to the rack. They want to be at the Lewis Brown Athletics Center, where Rutgers plays its games, and to get that exposure in front of the county.
Teresa Rossi.
45 seconds remaining, 52-27. And Rossi has it. She's got Whalen in front of her.
Still gets that pass off.
And Whalen, nice technique.
Ooh, and Whalen was slammed, but no foul.
She looked better than her dad on that one. Nice steal by Whalen, knocks it away. Rossi saves.
And a nice pass. Look at this passing.
Oh, a foul underneath as Ivan was all by herself with 18 seconds. And you got to like this hustle by
the hustle and the good ball movement,
Yeah.
and the unselfishness, looking to hit the open person.
Ivan goes to the line.
Switch.
Nice form.
55-27, 28-point lead for East Brunswick. 18 seconds remaining. I like her touch, Bill.
Real nice form, I tell you.
This is just padding the lead right now. The game really wasn't this out of reach for quite a while.
Ivan on the breakaway.
Nice layup.
I'll tell you, this young
She's got
lady's
about
made her
8
presence felt
points.
really in this
6
quarter.
points. 3 seconds, that'll do it.
31-point margin. Gotta count.
58-29 is the final.
And boy, a real solid win. And again, we had mentioned that Edison hung tough for at least the first half before the game became out of control. And all in all, it has to be a confidence builder, Phil, for East Brunswick.
Well, when you consider you know, that it wasn't a real sharp game for the Bears, and yet they pulled away and won the game by a wide margin. So not being totally on their game. So you imagine when they pull it all together, what they're going to be. They have depth. They have a lot of bench strength, and they're obviously well coached. You see it in a number of areas. Mostly the communication, secondly in passing the ball. The other stuff we know they can shoot by their averages and whatnot. So they're going to be tough to reckon with.
Well, I think the thing that's impressed me tonight is the excitement that they bring to the high school, to the game, and we look forward to following this team.
Right.
Jim, you've got some.
Well, just very quickly, Lynn Regan
scores.
unofficially has 16 points to lead the way. Montesesky with a very, very nice second half, finished with 13 points. Erica Weir came on to score 10, which is just really a couple of points below her average. So the starters did what they had to.
Well, we look forward to covering this team this year as they go on and pursue the GMC conference. And the final again here from East Brunswick High School is the Bears 58, Edison 29. So for Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying thanks for being with us.